as he...
Because he was there, and he said not one vehicle passed him or anything. I mean, he was there for about, I don't know, 10, 15 minutes or what have you altogether.
Okay.
And, and he just said, they just saw this big, massive, sort of like spaceship, and it sort of had clouds inside it, and the clouds were going round inside, and the lights were changing colour. And then he sort of followed it up to the M4 bridge and watched it go along and all the way to London and just disappear.
And what is your answer to this phenomenon of UFO sighting? Something the size of Wembley Stadium hovering over Great Britain. How could that go unnoticed? And what is your explanation?
Well, I think...
For a friend of yours? Is it a close friend, a trusted friend?
I've known him for many years.
Okay.
And what I think is somehow nobody else could see it because they couldn't see on that frequency, and somehow because they were in the right place at the right time, they were able to see it because they were in a different frequency.
Okay.
It's different.
Question from the comments. Where's the video footage? Has anyone captured this moment?
Not as far as I know. There hasn't been any video footage. But the thing is, it was over the MOD base.
Okay, Ministry of Defence.
Ministry of Defence base in Burfield. And I know for a fact, I've spoken to quite a number of people. I've spoken to people that live around that area. And I've spoken to another friend of mine, but it was nothing to do with this incident or anything. And he said when he was a child, he tried to climb up the fence of the MOD place. And the police, he said it was just loads and loads of military people, police and what have you were there.
So is he a person who's had an interest in UFOs and space technology for a long time? If he's trying to infiltrate, it's the same friend that saw the UFO. He doesn't really, never spoken to until this incident. It was the first time that we ever spoke about it. Could it be a secret government operation or project? Might these be technology that governments have and they're not telling us about it, rather than being from another world?
I can look at it from that point of view, yes.
Is that a more sane explanation?
That is a possible thing, but then again, the size of it is something.
We hear UFO and we immediately say alien. Why not? Why couldn't it be an earthly technology?
It could well be technology from the past. If you look
from the past.
Yeah, if you look at some of the ancient, I can't remember the Egyptian writings, they talk
hieroglyphics.
About hieroglyphics. They talk about that sort of thing.
Yeah.
And also, there's another interesting thing, which Nando, being a member of this society, I can't remember the name of the society, but this is the thing that I only spoke to Mick a couple of days ago, and he said if you go down to where it was, where all this happened, he says there's a lane there that goes down to the church, and he says if you look at that lane, there's a triangle there which is part of this organisation thing, and he says if you go further down to the graveyard, but this is only modern, this has only been done recently. But there's a sort of shape of this Egyptian
hieroglyphics.
The pathway is made into that.
Are we talking about crop circles now?
No. Crop circle, I don't really know a lot about it. Crop circles, a lot of that is done by individuals.
Pranksters. People that want to believe. 33 saying MOD, match of the day involved in UFO business. What the heck is going on? And comment from Cool. Always good to have an open mind, I suppose, without going 100% alien.
Yeah. Well, yeah.
We need to be open-minded. The truth is, we don't know.
Well, we don't know. We don't know. Yeah. But then again, my view is looking at anything. Look at all possibilities.
Yeah. But Sam was saying tonight about Occam's razor. We have to go for the most likely explanation. Would earthly technology be a more likely explanation than little green men are visiting us from Mars or Venus?
I don't know. I mean, there's so many possibilities. I mean, what I said earlier about people in the past, that technology could have happened in the past with humans, and they could be coming back to visit us or whatever.
Yeah, it is very possible that an advanced civilization in the past was wiped out. There's nothing to say that we are the most advanced civilization there has ever been. Countless civilizations could have come and gone. People talk about Atlantis being an ancient, advanced civilization. Are you open-minded about that? How do you feel about the Atlantis theory?
Well, I mean, there's no facts about that either, but it is a theory, yeah.
And what about religious people? How can they square this circle? If God exists, why didn't he tell us about aliens?
I don't know. Did he tell us about aliens?
Or did he? For example, 33X is mentioning the concept of jinn, which is mentioned in the Quran, which are beings created from smokeless fire. Whatever that means, we don't know. Could that be a reference to aliens?
Yeah, possible. I mean,
the Bible talks about the Nephilim being literally meaning the ones that descended or the ones that came down, and it says in the Bible that the daughters of man interbred with the sons of gods, the gods, Elohim being plural for God, not just singular. So there is this story of God of men coming down from the sky. That sounds like aliens to me.
I mean, could they be angels, not aliens? I mean, how do you determine the difference between an angel and an alien? I don't know.
The difference between an angel and an alien, answers on a postcard. Dave, do you mind if I ask, do you have a spiritual belief? Do you follow a religion?
Not really. Not really. I mean, I did follow, against my choice, Catholicism.
Okay, so you were brought up in a Catholic family?
Well, no.
No? Okay.
No, I brought up in a Catholic school.
Catholic school, rather. Okay. So you sort of had religion forced upon you.
That's right. Yeah.
What conclusions have you made about spirituality?
Well, I believe that whatever you want to call it, you don't have to call it God. In my opinion, I believe it's love is a better word for how humanity should be.
Yeah.
And really, at the end of the day, that's within all of us, which is, I believe, the same thing as God.
Okay. So for you, God is love.
Yeah.
How does that make you feel about religions that talk about God punishing people, sending them to hell, being your God is a jealous God, wrathful, vengeful?
Maybe that's just something that's written down, whether it's has been practiced in the past.
But we all have those sides to us as well. If God is within us, then wouldn't he have the same emotions that we have?
If you're not conscious.
Okay.
I mean, it's another thing. It's being conscious of what is happening now and understanding.
You spoke earlier about mindfulness.
Yeah. It's the same thing.
Okay. For those that have no clue, perhaps myself included, what is mindfulness?
Well, mindfulness is being in the now and observing what is happening now. It's being in that moment.
In a form of meditation?
Not necessarily meditation.
Are you practicing mindfulness right now?
Yeah, in a way, but not fully.
Can I? What could I do?
What do you in what respect?
To practice mindfulness.
I'm just being aware of what's happening at this moment in time.
What is happening?
What's happening is I'm talking to the internet, but not. I mean, what I'm saying is to be mindful, you have to focus it entirely on what's happening at the moment. If you understand, basically, if you're looking outside and you're looking at a tree and it's sort of sway. Well, it doesn't have to be swaying,
Yeah.
but you're looking at it, and your concentration and your mindfulness is on that tree, nothing else.
Okay.
And you can get into that. It's not a dream world, but it's
Trance?
It's not trance so much, but it's. I don't know. I've always had it sort of. Basically, I've always been interested in art, and that is like. I don't know. It's just if you're looking at something and you enjoy looking at it, that is like being art. You know. It's difficult to explain.
Some art is very enjoyable. What about people that believe if they go into this trance or they use their mind and they concentrate on an object, they can move the object? Telekinesis.
Yeah, I mean...
Do you think that's possible?
I think so, yeah. I think it is possible. I mean, yeah.
But wouldn't that defy the laws of physics?
Yeah, but the laws of physics are only theories anyway.
Okay.
So
you're open-minded about psychic phenomena?
Yeah. I mean, I believe that. I don't know. Morphic resonance, which Rupert Sheldrake. I believe that is possible.
What is morphic resonance?
Morphic meaning form.
Yes.
And resonance means that form resonating to a certain specific frequency or whatever frequency.
Okay.
I mean, nobody knows what it is. I mean,
well, give us an example of it. When has morphic resonance occurred? What would be an example of it?
I can give you examples of what Rupert Sheldrake has said about it. And he is the person that actually came up with this phenomenon and actually named it morphic resonance. He did a lot of experiments on rats.
Okay.
He did the experiments. First of all, he did experiments in this country on rats doing a specific task.
Yeah.
And he found that once that first task had been that first task had been achieved by the rats over here, he got colleagues of his abroad, Japan, I can't remember, Australia, doing the same task, but it was found that the rats that were doing the same task did it quicker.
The same breed of rat?
The same breed of rat, yeah.
Did it have to be the same breed?
Well, he made it the same breed.
Okay.
I mean, that's how
so it would appear that if you teach rats a certain task in England, rats in America will be better at that task, or will seem familiar with that task.
Yeah. That's what.
How is that possible?
I don't know. Nobody knows.
And the answer is morphic resonance.
Morphic resonance is...
That's the name for this phenomenon.
That's it, yeah.
Okay.
I mean, there's other things with...
And is this a proven phenomenon? Does it always happen?
No, it's a phenomenon, so it's not proven, is it? It's not...
is describing it as quantum entanglement.
Maybe that's
another word for the same thing?
I don't know, I'm not an expert in it, but, that's...
Yeah, but this is an observed phenomenon.
I mean...
We've got a name for it, we don't have an explanation for how it happens.
No, I don't
This is what scientists do when they find something they can't explain. They just create a name for it.
Yeah. But
definition.
I think Rupert Sheldrake is. I mean, he's more of a different type of scientist because he was a biologist and obviously he went down the line and then lots of things happened with him. Obviously he took some psychedelic drugs.
Which ones did he take?
He took LSD and ayahuasca.
Yeah?
But
what happened?
Thing is, well, I don't know exactly what happened in his, but But
People talk about ayahuasca being this spiritual drug. It's found in South America where a shaman will administrate it and people have this sort of spiritual experience. But aren't they just interpreting the hallucinations induced by the psychedelics as a spiritual experience?
maybe, but I mean...
Just as the Rastafarians believe that marijuana is a spiritual experience for them and other people just enjoy it as a way of getting high.
Yeah, I mean... I can see what you're saying there, but the thing is, there is other proof that people that have taken this specific drug can... what's the word? Harmonise on the same frequency.
So different people taking the same drug can have the same hallucination?
Yeah.
Okay.
And what they've said is, with this ayahuasca, people that have taken it from other countries and they go over to, was it Brazil?
Brazil, Peru, exactly. It's common as well.
And they see stuff that they wouldn't see normally, like...
remote viewing type thing?
Yeah, that sort of thing, yeah.
What's astral projection?
Well, supposedly projection in the astral. I don't know. I'm not
I thought this is when people come out of their body. It sounds like it might be similar to what you're describing, where they... Cool was mentioning people have died taking that stuff. Have people died taking ayahuasca?
I think they have.
There's a risk in every drug.
Yeah, possibly.
I'm fine, thank you very much.
I think the reason why these people have died is not by taking it, but because when they've taken it, they're in sort of in a state, and people have robbed them and killed them.
Oh, bloody hell. That's
happened. Yeah.
Okay, obviously any intoxication leaves you vulnerable to attack. I don't know if there is.
Yeah, of course it does.
That's why I wouldn't recommend. Or if you, do you mind me asking? Have you tried any of these hallucinogens? You don't have to answer.
I've never taken ayahuasca, but
would you?
Possibly in the right environment.
What would be the right environment?
Well, it'd be in a safe environment, but
padded cell?
No, obviously. Over in Mexico or wherever it is.
Is that safe though? Would you not rather be in a medically advanced country near a hospital? If you're in the rainforest?
Yeah. I don't know. I mean, I'd have to look into it more than
But what have you tried?
I've consumed LSD and things like that years ago.
Oh, not tonight.
No, not tonight.
Okay. And what was the best experience you had? From a hallucinogenic drug?
I managed to jump onto the stage when the band was playing, and
we're talking.
And maybe they were on it as well. But,
anyone we'd know?
It's called Here and Now, the band.
Here and Now, the band. Wow.
Whether they're still going now or not,
I don't know. But did you think you could fly, or
no? I didn't think just fly. I just jumped on the stage and started, and the lead singer or whatever it was, just passed me his guitar and have a go, mate.
Brilliant.
Big festival.
Drugs and rock and roll. And
that was then. That was a long time ago. But.
Yeah. So, was it music that got you into drugs, or drugs got you into music?
No, just peer groups and that sort of thing, really. I mean,
what's your advice to someone who's thinking about dabbling in that sort of thing?
Well,
how can we do it safely?
Be in a safe position, but then again, I wouldn't advise anybody to do that anyway. No, I mean,
that's the thing. I am generally against drugs. I've tried drugs. I wouldn't. I smoked a bit of weed, but I don't even drink anymore.
No, I don't really.
Okay, so I don't drink. I don't have an intention to, but I would try ayahuasca if I was in the right environment. I think, because I think
you've heard about it.
Because I've heard good things about it, and it's sort of seen as a spiritual experience. But is that just me kidding myself and going with the placebo effect of, oh yeah, I'm having the spiritual experience? But really, I'm just kidding myself, and it's just an hallucination.
Yeah, but what is a hallucination?
Well, is life a hallucination?
That's what I mean. It's I mean, most people are guided by their past experience,
Okay.
which a lot of it has been. Well, if you look at schools, you know, when you go to school, you're manipulated and you're taught about religion.
Yeah.
For one, I mean, it was. I mean, you know,
For you,
from your personal
for you, it must have been.
Well, it was a different.
Drilled
I mean,
into you,
that was just like I was there at the age of 7, and I was, you know, boarding, you know, and that was life, wasn't it? You know, just get up, do the prayers and all that, and then.
And did you just do it as a matter of a chore, or did you feel a spiritual connection
No,
with God?
I didn't really. Because
Because you seem like a very spiritual person, but I sense that spirituality has been discovered later in life, not through religion.
No, that's basically probably through the type of work that I've done. I've obviously, I worked in nursing, and then I, care work and that sort of thing, and then I was a horticultural therapist for about 20 odd years.
So close to nature, then.
That's it, yeah. I mean, nature
Do
is.
you find spirituality in nature?
Yeah. It's like I was saying earlier. If you look
Mother
at a
Nature.
tree, look at a tree and it's moving, but it's more than that. You can get into it in that much that you can look at the tree and then look at the tree and then you can see all the insects on it.
So this comes back to mindfulness.
Which is what is mindfulness? It's a spirituality in your mind at this moment in time.
Okay. And living in the moment?
Living in the moment. Yeah, that's the only way forward, I think.
What is the moment?
Well, the past is gone. The moment is the moment you're in. The future will never come.
But the moment is changing every moment. Every time you realise it's gone, isn't it?
If you believe in the concept of time, I mean, I believe that time is only a concept made by mankind nowadays to get them to work 8 hours a day or whatever to fall in with the system.
Okay. Do you think?
I mean, if you look at nature, it doesn't worry about time. It worries about, it doesn't worry about it.
But there is time in nature, like the sun comes up every day, once every 12. We rotate once every 24 hours. We
But then again, I mean, it's like when the clocks change and what have you. It always does my head in. It just really.
They're thinking about doing away with that.
Yeah, it's a waste of time.
No, I like it. I like it. It's a novelty.
Work. Yeah.
Yeah, but then you lose an hour, you gain an hour.
Yeah.
But we've always found ways of measuring time. Time is just the distance between two events. If there were no events, there would be no time. But because nature and the cosmos has these regular events, we are able to use them to measure.
So you're talking light and dark.
Yeah.
But that is not constant.
Well, the sun will come up tomorrow, and the next day.
I know that, but it's not constant in the way time is constant.
Why not?
Well, because the way the Earth is moving around the sun, it's an elliptical, so it can't be exact.
No, it's not exact, but it averages out, right?
It averages out, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're right. It's not exact. It's not precise, and we have to have leap years. We
Yeah,
have to
that's
add
it, to catch up
hours and
with
this
it,
and
it's
that. So it's sort of approximately accurate, not like clockwork. Like a circle is 360 degrees. We use 360 because it's close to, it's an even number close to the 365 or 364 and 3/4 or whatever it is that the Earth takes to rotate around the Sun. So this mathematics is...
But the thing is, the mathematics behind that is not constant. Because 3.142 or pi...
Is the speed of light constant?
No.
It changed a few
years. It isn't because... Well, the scientists said it was.
Well, someone said in the comments that you can't change the rules of physics, but it seems like the rules of physics are changing themselves.
No, all the people behind the making the rules are changing it, so it looks right.
Yeah, they're trying to fix the figures. Look, Dave, thank you for chatting to me.
Right.
I wanted a 10-minute chat, and you gave me half an hour, but there is no time. Thank you very much. This has been Lessons for Life, and we'll do it all again soon.
Yeah.
Same time, same place. We were here. We're gone. Laters.
Yeah.